Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hope all is well. Let's see. All right. All right, good. Everybody is here. And it looks like the Wi-Fi is doing weird things. People are in and they're already in, but they're still trying to be admitted. It's been going on all week. All righty. Yay. All right, Brooklyn, I see you're in, but it still has you in the waiting room. I don't understand that either. And then what happens, what's been happening is it admits people twice and then it corrects itself. I don't understand why it's doing that, but it is. So I have to keep looking back and forth to see. I know I've already admitted that person. It's got way more people admitted than are in the class. So it's duplicating somebody. All right. Well, what we're doing today, we are finishing up um, the unit. So we are looking at down here to the cell reproduction review page. See, there we go. I'm sorry, I'm looking at, like Imani, you're in twice, and Jamaria, you're in twice. And it's fixing itself, but taking a minute. All right, but anyway, let me just keep looking at this because I know you're all here. All right, you want to open, you may want to open the doc form of it so that you can write on it. I'm going to open the PDF form because that will not require me to download it. If you open the doc form, it requires you that you download it, which, like I said, you all might want to do so that you can write on it. All right, so again, we have finished the unit. So use your other worksheets to go through. And what you need to do with this part is you are going to place an X on the line if so you're comparing mitosis and meiosis. So which one has 2 daughter cells, which one has 4 daughter cells, meaning the end product of the process. So you want to put an X in that column. You want to go through some of them. You'll have an X in both columns because they have certain things in common. When you have finished with that, then you're going to put that information in the Venn diagram. Then you're going to put the ones that overlap. The one that have an X in both columns will go in the middle. All right. Then you want to look at comparing sexual and asexual reproduction. So you want to do the same thing. You want to put an X in the column that has one parent or an X that has 2 parents. Both are methods of reproduction, so you're going to have an X in both. And once you have completed that, you're going to complete the Venn diagram that shows what they have in common and what they have separately. And then lastly, this one you're not going to have a Venn diagram for. You're simply going to compare cancers with normal cells. Okay. All right. So that is what I need you to work on today. Now, several of you still have outstanding assignments. Some of you texted me today that you submitted some stuff. So I will be looking at those. But while I'm looking at those, you all complete this study guide. Okay, again, use the ones that you've already done. Your worksheets for mitosis and meiosis, use those to help you complete this. I am not collecting this, but we are going to go over it on Wednesday as a review. Not Wed, yeah, Wednesday. And then I see you again on Friday. So Friday is the test. Okay, everybody hear that? Everybody hear that? Let me say it again because Andrew's just now showing up. Okay. All right. Now everybody's here. Now it has stopped duplicating everybody. Okay, so I'm going to back up just a little bit. All right, so we are in Canvas. The last thing on the list for the module for cell reproduction is the review page in the module. Last thing on the list of for cell reproduction is the review page. You are going to open, like I said, you may want to open the docs form of it. Yeah, the Zoom has been acting weird. I was just telling them it was duplicating everybody. So instead of having 10 people in the class, that I had 15. Everybody was in twice. So I don't know what Zoom is doing, but it's doing it. But you're okay. All right, everybody's here. All right, so again, open the worksheet. I'm going to open the PDF form so I don't have to download it. And then you're going to complete this. So you complete the chart by putting X's in the box, and you're going to take the information that you have up here and sort it out. Okay, you're going to put the things that where you have an X in both columns, that'll go in the overlap section. The ones where you have X's in one column, you'll put in one or the other. I might put a type in the words they have mitosis and first and then meiosis. I might put a type of title over each one so that we're clear as to which one you're putting that information in. Then you're going to do the same thing with sexual and asexual reproduction. Put an X in one or both columns if it applies, and then you're going to make a Venn diagram with it. And then for the last part, you don't have a Venn diagram. You simply have to put an X in one side or the other. Okay. All right. Work on that. But if you have something outstanding, work on submitting that first. That's part of review as well. So work on submitting whatever is outstanding first and then review them. So all those worksheets that within the mitosis and meiosis worksheets, please make sure that you look those over. There are pictures on the test, so you need to be able to look at them. And we'll go over, like I said, we'll go over this on Wednesday as our study day. But today is the day that you can get this prepared and turn in anything that you have missing, which for some of you, that's 2 and 3 worksheets. But we're going to get it all done and we're going to just be ready for the test on Friday. I always have to look to see what day. So I will see you Wednesday. We have a discussion on Wednesday about all things mitosis and meiosis, asexual and sexual reproduction. Oh, also, I think I put this picture in. Let me come out. Um, I had another picture that I wanted to share with you for the sexual and asexual worksheet. And I'm just going to place it there. Because when I was grading the papers, I ran into some repeated issues. So, okay, I am going to put this picture in. It won't let me paste this picture in there. There you go. I had to do that. Okay. All right. So I put this picture in, and I'm going to add it to the assignment because people kept answering the questions on that worksheet incorrectly. Give me a minute. So look at the picture that I just added to. Yes, it's going to be quite lengthy because it's a long unit. Okay. All right. Give me a minute to share. No, it is not a small test. Okay. All right. I'm sharing this picture with you because on the worksheet, and I'm referring to this one, it may not have been clear as to what they meant by all of these. And then the one, they used this one, and I don't know that most of you know that this is how mushrooms grow. So when it came to answering this question, several of you are getting 7, 8, 9, and 10 wrong. Okay, so let's look at these pictures here. All right, now on your worksheet, so binary fission is one cell dividing into two. Okay, budding on the worksheet had one cell and a little piece is growing up off the top, and then that little piece can come off and grow into an adult. Same thing, this is an example of a hydra, and it can grow a little nub, and that little nub grows bigger, and eventually that little nub can um, drop off and turn into a whole nother organism. So basically, budding means you grow a little piece on top of the original piece. It eventually can grow into its own individual and fall off. All right, they gave you the example of a mushroom and for sporing. Mushrooms on the underside have these little cells that will drop to the ground and make more mushrooms. Fragmentation, you can chop up this little worm into pieces and each part of that worm will grow back into another worm. Regeneration, the starfish can lose part of its body and it will grow that part back. Vegetative propagation is when you can take a piece of the plant off, grow roots and plant it, and that piece that you took off, or might also be called a cutting, will also grow into another plant. That's how most of the plants in my house have been created, is I take a piece, I stick it in a jar and let it grow some roots, and then I plant it, and voila, I've got 4 plants instead of the one that I bought. Okay. All right, so I put this up there to help you with that worksheet. So please, I'm sending a lot of them back. Please go over that additional picture to help you answer those questions correctly. Okay. All right, and I put a copy of it in the chat so you can copy and paste that and uh, use that look at that while you're working on the worksheet. All right, so again, today is a get it done day. We're going to finish this chapter, so we don't want any uh, assignments from this chapter going into next week. All right, because I'm looking at the grade book now. Almost everybody has to do this worksheet on asexual reproduction, and most of you need to turn in the cancer review. So while you're working on either one of those, keep those in mind when you're doing the review, because they are questions for each of those on that review page. And you can't do that until you complete this. So complete those first, please. Like I said, we will go over the review page. Is not for a grade. We will go over that on Wednesday. But for those of you who are finished, the 3 of you who are finished, you all can look at the review page. Everybody else is turning in their work. Okay. Yes, you do. And my expression for this year is please use class time for classwork. If we are focusing on getting the work that is assigned to do during class time, you can knock it out and it's not going to be late. And we can focus on the next assignment on that day for next class and not be thinking about the last assignment. So please focus on getting cancer and asexual reproduction done. They are meeting today to talk about the results of the benchmark test. Most of you did okay, but they are going to probably set up um, mandatory assignments for those of you who did not do okay, and uh, practice drills for us to do in progress learning as we prepare for the end of course test in April. And again, the benchmark will be reissued again in March to look at your progress, and because we're covering new material, so that some of the things that you might have found that you didn't recognize because we hadn't covered it yet, see if you've done better with those and see if you've done better with the topics that were already done. So again, because this is an end of course test, you should always be looking back in your spare time when you got nothing else to do, be reviewing, not just for my class, but for all of your end of course tests. Subjects, be reviewing, look at worksheets, look at study guides. We will, after the spring break, we will spend concentrated time on reviewing for that test. So be ready, be ready. Remember, you got to pass it or you got to take it again. Here's my for you guys. Alrighty. And hats off, top scores in this class on that exam was Jamarion and Avenay. Getting A's on the benchmark. Everybody else, I don't know if you took it seriously or not, but they did look at your results. So Miss Martin is going to be assigning certain progress learning assignments based on your areas of weakness. So just keep that in mind. It's coming, it's coming. That's a good question. That is a very good question. I'll let you know. I'll be sure to ask it. You are most welcome. Actually, what is this thing doing? Where'd it go? My Zoom is going in and out on me. Not responding. Again. Here we go. It's moving again. All right, please review the module for the cancer lesson so that you know what cancer is, what it isn't. And then do the cancer challenge. All right, remember this information was just added about a particular type of cancer that they're researching, though this was just extra information. Where they extracted cancer cells from Henrietta Lacks. So that's what HeLa cells are. Okay, so this is how they did cancer research. But yes, to do this worksheet, you might have to do a little research. This part right here is what I gave you on the um, here, the ABCs. That answers that part of the worksheet. And again, you're looking to describe benign or malignant as being symmetrical or asymmetrical, with the borders being rough or smooth, being the color being consistent or inconsistent, or having multiple colors, the diameter being large or small. Yes, but so yes, this part up here, you may have to do a little research. This part down here as well. The ABCs, I gave you the answer for the ABCs. Okay. Let's see what we Okay. Yeah. Um, see. Okay, folks, time is up. I'll see you Wednesday. Remember, we're reviewing on Wednesday, so make sure all of your worksheets are up. And I'm going to go through all those other worksheets as well. So make sure that they are done.